Hello everyone, and how are you guys doing today? I really want to talk about the third episode of What If Naruto wants strength more than the recognition. And in the previous episode we reached the point where Naruto was going to face against Orochimaru, and right now he's going to face against Orochimaru. As soon as he started facing against Orochimaru, he used Great Fireball Jutsu. Orochimaru was stunned for a moment because when he released his own aura, Sasuke and Sakura could not even move. But this boy, this nine-tailed Jinchuriki, was not only moving but also attacking him in an instant, as if it was his battle instinct. So Orochimaru immediately retaliated with his own wind-style great breakthrough, and as soon as he attacked, Naruto realized that the spam of that jutsu and just how effective it was. Naruto began to understand that this man was even above Kakashi's level, and he was quite proficient because while he used his jutsu in a large span, he did not use a lot of chakra into it. He did not output a lot of chakra into this jutsu. So Naruto began to get serious as he increased the output of his chakra to 80%. He did not enter the nine-tail mode as he did not want to rely much on nine-tail's chakra, but he was still outputting all of his chakra as he began to release massive spam of jutsu against Orochimaru. And Orochimaru was also using various jutsu such as many hidden shadow snake hands, Orochimaru style body replacement technique, wind style gale palm and great breakthrough, and also Sidring snake mode, and a lot of his various jutsu against Naruto, but none of them were powerful enough to cause a lot of damage into that forest, but it was still enough to shock both Sakura and Sasuke. Sasuke began to get enraged in Naruto's strength while he was not even able to move against Orochimaru's aura. So he began to reflect on it as he also realized that he could not live under Naruto's shadow forever. So he began to counteract with his own fire style jutsu, but Orochimaru was playing against him. He simply released his own shadow clone to fight against Sasuke while he truly faced against Naruto with almost all of his strength, excluding impure reincarnation jutsu, which is also his strength, but he did not plan to use it against Naruto, at least not in the Chunin exam. So as he began to face against Naruto, he realized that he would need to use reincarnation jutsu because Orochimaru's true strength was Kage level, but unless he get extremely serious, he would not fight Naruto with all of his strength at this moment. So he had to either rely on impure reincarnation or he had to get serious, like really serious against Naruto. None of these were option for him, so he decided to simply plant curse mark on Sasuke and leave, and he did it without any hesitation. And as soon as Sasuke got the curse mark, he immediately left, and Sasuke began to scream in pain and fell on the ground unconscious, while Sakura started crying, and she even went as far as to blame Naruto for not protecting Sasuke while he was fighting against Orochimaru. She completely ignored this fact. Her attitude toward Naruto only made his attitude towards her colder as he began to ignore her. He did not even care about Sasuke at this moment as he left him in her care while he went out to find more scrolls from others. And when he returned with a new scroll that he got from another Genin squad, he found that Sakura was fighting against 3 Genin Sound Village, and Sakura was losing pretty badly, so he decided to interfere since he did not want his team to get knocked out right now. As soon as he appeared, Sakura started crying and blaming him for being so late, but Naruto simply ignored her and started fighting those genin from Sound Village, and his speed was quite fast. He only used his taijutsu, but he defeated all three of them in an instant. After defeating them, he also got their scroll, and finally three of them decided to end this round as soon as possible. And Naruto went to the center tower where he was supposed to give the scroll and open it, and after getting there, he opened it with his teammates even though Sasuke was still unconscious there. And after passing the exam, he sent Sasuke to Kakashi, who took care of him, while he simply ignored Sakura and returned home, since there were still 4 days remain before they could participate in the next round. So for 4 days, Naruto continued to train, and on the first preliminary round of this third stage, he fought against Kiba, which was pretty easy opponent for Naruto, as he easily defeated Kiba. And after defeating Kiba, he began to realize that none of the Chunin in this arena were strong enough to fight him except one guy, and this guy was also a Jinchuriki of another tail beast. So he was quite excited to fight Gaara, but he realized that this Gaara was mentally disabled. At least he did not show any kind of mercy against his opponent, and he was quite ruthless and bloody. But Naruto did not care about that. All he cared about was to fight him, and Naruto was excited for it. Unfortunately, after all the battle ended, he realized that his opponent was Neji, and he was not that happy, but he was not sad as well, because when he encouraged Hinata to fight against Neji, he became quite close to Hinata, while he started hating Neji for hurting Hinata so much, and he was planning on taking revenge in the next round. After that, they get 1 month break to improve their skills, and during this time he met an old pervert who was trying to peep on women bathroom while he was moving around, running around the Konoha village. And after meeting this man, he started to forge a strange bond with this, because this man was not actually a kind of person that he would like, but he was also a kind of person that seems really strong, at least stronger than Orochimaru. So he was quite interested in fighting Jiraiya, but Jiraiya was not interested in fighting Naruto. Instead, he was interested in teaching Naruto, but before Naruto accepted to be his student, Naruto needed to find out if Jiraiya was truly worthy to become his teacher. So they fought. They fought seriously, and Jiraiya without Sage Mode was almost one step above Naruto. Realizing that, Naruto began to train with Jiraiya for an entire month, where he learned several fire style, wind style, and lightning style, and earth style jutsu. He realized that this man was also almost an all-rounder, just like the third Hokage, and he was quite strong with all of his jutsu, but he measured in fire style jutsu and also the summoning jutsu and sage mode that he would teach Naruto after Chunin exam. So after training for a month with Jiraiya, Naruto felt a significant growth in his strength. At least right now he was able to face off against Jiraiya without losing normal Jiraiya, that is Jiraiya who does not use Sage mode, but it was still a kind of feat that he could not achieve before. So after 1 month of gap, they finally gathered in the stadium where they were going to fight, and Naruto was quite excited to pummel Neji into the ground. He was not excited in fighting Neji, but rather beating him, and he did what he thought. He beat the shit out of Neji, and he didn't go easy on Neji because of Hinata, but at the same time he did not understand Neji's philosophy of fate and destiny, as he was a demon fox that nobody cared about him, and he was also not guided by anyone, but he became strong as he was now without their guide or resources. So if a person like he could do, why couldn't Neji? So he started rebuking against Neji and started making him realize the essence of hard work. And as Neji began to think more about it, he began to realize just how far Naruto was from him, especially when Lee had already proved Naruto right. Because of his hard work, Lee was able to burst out such strength that even most of the genin in this entire arena could not. So he began to realize just how bad his own thoughts were, and after getting defeated, he started training even harder. But that was beside the point, because right now they are going to face a war. After the battle of Sasuke and Gaara, the illusion was finally started, and after the illusion, the Sand Shinobi and Sound Shinobi started attacking Konoha. Obviously, Naruto was not going to fight them that easily, since he did not like this blade that much, but he was given a task to fight against Gaara by the Jonin level character. So he obviously had to fight Gaara, and he chased after Gaara and decided to defeat him. But he was not alone. Sasuke was also chasing after Gaara, and he was also going to fight against Gaara, as he began to ask Naruto not to interfere in this battle. Naruto, being a fighting man, he did not want to follow that, but he still did as Sasuke told him. He did not interfere in the battle against Sasuke and Gaara. So after the battle for a while, Gaara quickly started using the power of Tail Beast, and Sasuke began to fall down as he could not fight against someone with the power of the Tail Beast, and he began to lose against Gaara. But obviously Naruto was not going to simply let him die, as he began to fight Gaara with all of his strength, and Gaara had no choice but to release his tailed beast, as the tailed beast and a person with the power of the tailed beast started fighting. But Naruto was not interested in using the power of the tailed beast inside of him. He was more reliant on his own strength than the power of the Nine Tails. So he began to summon Toads with his summoning jutsu that he learned from Jiraiya, and he started using combination jutsu with Toads to fight against Tailed Beast. Naruto at the end of the battle managed to wake up Gaara simply by punching him out of Tailed Beast's state, and he defeated Gaara. But it was not an easy battle, since he had to go all out with 80% of his strength, and this brought him to think about how to defeat the fox inside of him, or even stronger opponent than this, with his own strength without relying on the chakra of Ninetale. But he was still far away from that. More importantly, he was only 12 years old, so he did not get discouraged by his lack of strength. Instead, he got more motivated to train harder. Obviously, he also took Sasuke away from the battle, since he did not want Sasuke to get injured from the battle between him and Gaara, or rather Tail Beast. And after the battle ended, his main body also began to retreat. He did not try to hurt Gaara, or even he did not even think about capturing Gaara back, because he lived the same life as Gaara lived, and if it was not for his hunger for its strength, he would have become a person just like Gaara. And so he could understood Gaara's motivation and mood, but at the same time he also convinced Gaara to look for something else rather than just killing, because killing won't get him anything at all. That is not the purpose of life. He should find something else that is much better for him and the people around him. as he pointed at two people that were rushing toward Gara. Temari and Kankuro obviously did not want their little brother to be captured by these people, so they try to take Gara away from Konoha, but obviously they did not think that they would be able to fight against Naruto. In fact, they were solely trying to prevent Naruto from hurting Gara with their life, and when they did that, Gara realized that he was not alone and he had people who truly loved him and cared for him. And so, because of this, he apologized to Temari and Kankuro as they began to retreat, realizing that Naruto had no intention of capturing them. Naruto returned to Konoha with Sasuke, and soon he found Shikamaru and Sakura with Kakashi's pet coming towards them. Obviously, Sakura started getting worried about Sasuke's condition, and she was quite displeased with Naruto's condition as he was not even injured, while Sasuke was completely battered in wounds and bruises. So she obviously tried to take him away from Naruto, and Naruto did not care. He did not care about Sakura's attitude at all and joined Shikamaru, and they returned to Konoha after learning that third Hokage had died under the hands of Orochimaru. Naruto began to understand that when he fought against Orochimaru truly did not use all of his strength, and his goal was only to put the curse mark on Sasuke, as he did not want to get involved in the battle with Naruto. Realizing this, he began to train even harder, and one day Jiraiya arrived and told him that they were going to find a medical ninja who was capable of becoming a Hokage, and they need to find her as soon as possible. Naruto was a bit hesitant of following him, but he promised that he would teach a lot of jutsu on the way, so Naruto quickly agreed. Jiraiya, during his interaction with Naruto, realized that Naruto was battle hungry and strength hungry. He would do anything to get stronger, but of course this anything does not mean illegal or rather evil type of power, especially when Naruto despised using his own tailed beast chakra. You have to understand, Jinchuriki were supposed to be powerful because of their tailed beasts, and they were also the reason why tailed beasts could be an weapon for a village. So most of the Jinchuriki would not hesitate to use the power of their tailed beasts, especially if they could control it. Naruto, being a battle maniac, could easily control at least 3 or 4 tails of Nine-Tail Clock, but he did not like using Nine-Tail's power at all. He despised it even more than anything else. So Jiraiya learned that Naruto would do anything to get stronger on his own, and Naruto was getting stronger on his own. Naruto reached the strength of a Kage at the age of 12 without using the tail beast chakra, and this was unprecedented. Even Kakashi was not able to do that. So he decided to put all of his effort into making sure that Naruto can grow much stronger than this. And so while they were searching for Tsunade, he also began to teach a lot of things about a lot of jutsu and also hidden tactics, and also how to improve his own Rasengan, that is to include different releases into his Rasengan and make it more stronger. One day Naruto encountered two people who were trying to take him away. These two people were not easy though. Naruto could instantly sense an immense amount of chakra coming out of a fish looking man who was holding a giant sword on his shoulder. As for the other one, he did not look that powerful, but his Sharingan tells him the different feeling that this man was strong, even stronger than the man next to him. So without any hesitation, Naruto started going all out against them. Of course, all out being 80%. As stated, he still despises using a ninth chakra, so he would fight on his own, and his strength surprised both of them. Naruto was only 12, but he was going toe to toe against both of them. Even though they had not used their best jutsus, they were still Kage level threats, so it was not easy for a 12-year-old kid to fight two of them simultaneously. So they began to realize the seriousness of his strength and decided to go all out, even though they were still inside a hotel. But just when they were deciding to go all out, Sasuke appeared and he started screaming at Itachi and tried to fight him. But obviously, he lacked strength as he got defeated quite quickly. But that did not matter though, because Jiraiya quickly arrived, and because of Jiraiya and Naruto's strength, both of them retreated without any hesitation, while Might Guy also arrived much later, and he did kick Jiraiya, but Jiraiya did not care as they decided to take Sasuke back to Konoha, and Might Guy was just the guy for that. And after Might Guy took away Sasuke, Jiraiya and Naruto started searching for Tsunade even more hastily. As they began to search for her, they eventually found her, and Jiraiya began to talk to her and try to invite her to become Hokage. Obviously, Tsunade was not going to accept it, and because she did not want it to accept it, it would be difficult for Naruto to properly live his life in Konoha. From the politic situation of Konoha, he understood two things: that there were a group of people that did not care about his identity, and there was a group of people who would do anything to prevent his freedom. And as a person who liked to fight anyone, and also a person who liked to train and go on a mission quite frequently, he did not like to get restrained, so he had to pull Tsunade into Konoha and make her the fifth Hokage, so that with the relationship of his with Jiraiya, he could get more freedom because of her. So after he tried to convince her, she still did not listen to him. Obviously, she was not going to listen to a brat, so he started making a bet against her. He said that if he defeats her, she would need to go back to Konoha with him, but if he gets defeated, he and Jiraiya would leave without a second thought. And after Jiraiya agreed, Tsunade became a bit suspicious of his behavior, but still agreed to this bet and started a battle against Naruto. They started fighting as she began to understand the power level that Naruto had. She still had her fear of blood, so she could not go all out, but she was getting overwhelmed by Naruto quite soon, and she began to realize that if she does not go all out, she would not be able to defeat him. So she began to increase her chakra output and began to attack Naruto mercilessly with her chakra enhanced strength. But Naruto was not an easy target either. He was a shadow level character, so he immediately fought back with his own jutsu, and the balance between his jutsu and her strength became quite clear, as they could not get upper hand on each side. And after a while, Tsunade began to panic that she might actually lose this battle against Naruto. So she began to overcome her fear of blood and started using her creation rebirth jutsu, and this allowed her to go even more all out, as she did not even have to worry about getting injured. And this caused Naruto to be in edge, as he did not want to rely on the chakra of Ninetale, but he also did not want it to lose. So he began to develop a certain strategy of of defeating her, but none of them could defeat her because she was not a normal Jonin or even elite Jonin. She was a Kage level threat, so she was not an easy person to defeat, especially with her might creation rebirth jutsu. Suddenly, Naruto admitted defeat without even any hesitation. So, after she got a win against Naruto, she did not understand why he suddenly admit defeat, and she did not want to win a fight where her enemy would admit defeat, especially when she was going all out. And at this moment, Naruto simply bowed his head and asked her to be his master with Jiraiya. She was confused. Shizune was next to her was also confused. Jiraiya was also confused as they did not understand why he was trying to become her student, and Naruto simply stated that he wanted to become the strongest person in this world, but he did not want to rely on others, especially the tail beast inside of him. So if he wanted to get stronger, there were only limited options, and seeing her monstrous strength and her regeneration ability, he wanted to learn that as well. After hearing his explanation, Tsunade hesitated as she did not want to accept him as her student, but Naruto was quite a genius to simply let go. After all, he reached Kage level strength at the age of 12. So she did not want to simply let go of Naruto that easily, but she did not want to accept him that easily either. Naruto was the Jinchuriki of Konoha village, and he was not suited to be outside. So even if she wanted to make him her disciple, she could not simply agree. So she decided to try something else. She decided to go back to Konoha, become the fifth Hokage, and accept Naruto as her student, because this was the only way that she can truly accept him as her student. And before she decided all of this, she tried to test Naruto chakra control. After all, her strength relied on her chakra control, and without a proper chakra control, he would not even be able to inherit her strength or even her inheritance. So she decided to check his chakra control, and after learning just how good his chakra control was and how enormous his chakra was, she was beaming with joy, because his chakra, his enormous chakra, could be stored inside the yin seal in her forehead. And after storing so much chakra, it would not only boost his regenerative ability but also his strength. And by the amount of chakra he could store, that improvement can vary from low to extremely high. So she decided to go back to Konoha and make him her student. At the same time, Jiraiya also decided to teach him Sage mode as soon as possible, while they also faced the threat of Orochimaru, who was going to ask Tsunade to heal his hands, but obviously Tsunade did not agree to it, and they started fighting each other. This time there was 3 Kage level strength characters in one side and only 1 Kage level and even injured Kage level and a Jonin level in on another side. So Orochimaru quickly disappeared in front of their sight as he used reverse summoning jutsu. And after that, Tsunade finally returned to Konoha and became the 5th Hokage. Naruto became her student, at the same time becoming Jiraiya's student as well. Tsunade began to teach him her chakra control, chakra enhanced strength, and even the strength of the 100 seal. At the same time, she also taught him creation rebirth jutsu. And Jiraiya decided after he learned that for a year he would teach him Sage Mode, because all of these would help Naruto grow stronger. Although there was not a lot of bond between Naruto and the village, he would still do anything to protect his friends, and he had a lot of, at least some friends in the Konoha who were truly important to Konoha as well. During this time, Sasuke also decided to leave the village, but he had to face Naruto, who was given the order to bring Sasuke back. And Sasuke, despite having the strength of the cursed seal and even his three Tome Sharingan, he could not fight against Naruto, who was already a Kage level threat. He was easily defeated by Naruto and brought back to Konoha, where he was placed under Konoha's prison cell, where he would be judged for his action for leaving the village. But thanks to Kakashi, he got out of prison quite soon, and he started going on a mission with Sakura and Kakashi and another member, because Naruto was too busy training and he almost ignored most of those missions, since they could not bring him a little bit of joy. He only did A level mission or even few B level missions. During this time, Sasuke found an opportunity to escape while they were on the mission, and this time they could not bring him back anymore, and so Sasuke still left Konoha village. And because of his action, even Kakashi was inflicted. Even though Tsunade, Naruto and Jiraiya tried to speak for him, he was still inflicted, since he was the reason why Sasuke got out of the prison so quickly. So after he got inflicted, the Team 7 also got abandoned. Naruto began to focus his training with Tsunade. At this moment, Tsunade also discovered the talent of Sakura and decided to let her be her disciple. Obviously, she was still too focused on Naruto, and she sent Sakura to Shizune, and they began to train together, while Tsunade was completely focused on training Naruto. In just a single year, Naruto not only learned chakra enhanced strength, medical ninjutsu, strength of the 100 seal, and also creation rebirth jutsu, but he also inherit every single medical knowledge from Tsunade, thanks to his Cyclone Jutsu that helped him a lot during this. And after a year, he was taken to Mount Myoboku, where he learned Sage Mode with Jiraiya. This time he was not that much in hurry to learn Sage Mode, so he took it easily as he began to train Sage Mode while also training other jutsu in Mount Myoboku for half an year. And after half an year, he completely mastered Sage Mode, as he could enter it at any moment in time with a single clap of hands. So after he managed to learn Sage Mode as well, he began to do some powerful missions like A rank or even S rank mission under the care of Tsunade during his time in Konoha for 1.5 years. And finally, after this, the OG period of Naruto had ended. He did not go out with Jiraiya, but he did learn everything he could learn from Jiraiya and Tsunade during these 3 years. He also did a lot of A rank and S rank missions and some of the B rank missions with other team. He also increased his status of ninja from genin to chunin to even jonin, becoming elite jonin in just 2 years. And after becoming an elite jonin, he was able to get a lot of new jutsu from Book of Seals under the care of Tsunade. Obviously, she was a bit too partial on her disciple, as he was showing her just how strong a person could get without even the power of wood style or Uchiha's Sharingan. The only advantage that Naruto had was his powerful body and his massive chakra reserve. With these alone, in just 3 years, Naruto not only surpassed his senses, but also reached the heights that only her grandfather had reached. So obviously she would care a lot about Naruto. She even gave him the book of seal to look through different jutsu that he could like, and he started learning flying thunder god jutsu in those 3 years as well. And after mastering that, he finally reached the level that only Hashirama and Madara had reached, and this was Naruto without using his tail beast chakra. His hard work not only convinced the entire Konoha to look at him from different perspective, but also nine tails inside of him, as he did not believe someone without the power of Sharingan or Woody style could reach the heights of Hashirama and Madara just by training hard. So he began to interact more with Naruto and also started influencing Naruto to use his strength much more. But of course Naruto was not inclined to that. But after getting convinced by Jiraiya, Ninetales, and even Tsunade, he began to open up with to Ninetales chakra, and he also started mastering it. He obviously easily defeated Ninetales with his power, and after defeating Ninetale, he also got Ninetale chakra mode, and this time he was almost reaching the heights of Sage of Six Path. The only problem was that he did not have any opponent until the Shippuden finally start and the actions of Akatsuki also began. And the first mission that he received after 3 years was to get Gaara back from the hands of Akatsuki. And after forming a special team of his own, Naruto used Flying Thunder God Jutsu to simply transfer him to Kazekage office, where he had already been the last time, and printed his seal on that place. Obviously, he had become friends with Gaara during these 3 years when Gaara became the Kazekage of Sand Village, and he also had participated in a lot of missions with Gaara as well, where he protected Gaara from several threats when he was rising for the ranks of Kazekage. And so they had become quite friendly. But despite that, his arrival did make a lot of sand shinobi unhappy, as they did not want a seal in their office, especially when this seal was placed by an enemy village, even if they had a certain relationship with each other. But no matter what, they could not do anything right now since Gaara was already captured. And so Naruto and his team decided to find Gaara as soon as possible after curing Kankuro. Don't forget, Naruto's medical ninjutsu were taught by Tsunade. At the same time, he had also learned Sage Mode, and Sage Mode improves everything, like literally everything, including medical ninjutsu. So he was able to cure Kankuro quite quickly, and they soon followed the path that Kankuro has shown them, as they begin to use Parker to find the hiding spot of Akatsuki as soon as possible. And finally, we are setting into the first battle between Naruto and the member of Akatsuki, which were none other than Deidara and Sasori. And this battle I'm going to talk about in the next episode, so don't forget to stay tuned for that. Subscribe and like if you enjoy this video. Thank you.